everyone? Welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the My Gardener channel. I've really been looking forward to this episode because we have been asked to do a video for Frugal Family Food. And so this is going to be a partnership with Tangi from Freedom Homestead and Amanda from the Fundamental Home. They have started something about, I think, roughly 2 years ago or so, maybe even a little bit longer, called Frugal Family Food. And they have basically a presenter every Friday that does a video into their topic of frugal family food. And so I'm going to be a collaborator. And so I was honored to be asked to do that. We've done a couple videos in the past and they've all been really loved. So when I was invited back, I said, sure, let's do it. And they said, well, what are you going to do it on? I said, well, I don't think anyone's done pizza yet, so let's do pizza. You can make a great pizza, cost very little by making it yourself. Don't go out there and buy pizza from any of your pizza chains because it's unbelievable how expensive that pizza is. And when you make it yourself, it costs pennies on the dollar. So let's go through the ingredients. And we're kind of tying this in to garden fresh because that's kind of the theme is from the garden. And so now to save time, I've already made my pizza sauce. But that's actually in another video. So I'm going to post a link to that. Make sure to link the pizza sauce recipe because that came from the garden, as well as the tomato we're going to be using and the basil because we're making a margarita pizza. It's one of our favorite pizzas. It's simple, it's delicious, and you can use a lot from the garden. So let's go. All right, so the first thing you're going to need is a pizza pan. Get one with holes in it. This has been a well-used and loved pizza pan, but get holes in it. It makes a much better crust. Do not use a cookie sheet. I cannot stand pizzas cooked on a cookie sheet because the crust stays really floppy and soft. This will make sure the crust gets nice and crispy. We're heating up our oven to 550 degrees, about as hot as it can go, because that needs to that needs to be hot so we can cook our pizza quickly. The next thing you're going to need is some pan. This is actually a cooked, it's a cooked cornmeal that is finely ground, and it is great for the underside of the pizza so that it becomes non-stick. This is what it looks like. As you can see, very fine texture there. Absolutely love this stuff. This is what the pros use. So I use this on my hands before I toss the dough, and I also use it on the surface. Now we're also going to need, like I said, some basil, some tomatoes, your pizza sauce. Hopefully you're making it from the video we did. You're going to need some beautiful fresh mozzarella. Also, you're going to need some pizza dough. Now you can make your own pizza dough, but I highly recommend this is the one thing you buy. At the store, usually most of your grocery stores will have a bakery, and a lot of them will have a refrigerator section. You can usually buy pre-made pizza dough from their refrigerated section. It's very inexpensive. This thing costs us like maybe $2 or so. This is the most expensive component, but when you think about the rest of the stuff, you're still only talking maybe $3 to make this entire pizza, which is awesome. All right, so all we're going to do is just flip over our pizza, our pre-made crust here. And all we're going to do is we want to start with this cold. Take it right out of the fridge. Don't let it wait. Otherwise, it will not proof well in the cooking process. So all we're going to do is just, we've kind of lightly floured our hands. Just keep stretching this out here. We're just pulling it out here till we get to the right shape. It's perfect, okay. And then all we're going to do is we're simply going to grab our crust here. As you can see, the underside's beautiful. We're just gonna slide it right on over onto our pizza pan. Give it a good stretch it over top of the edges here. You want it to hang over the edge so you can make your crust here. All right. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our pizza sauce. Look at that. Smell that. It smells great. So 4 ounces, we'll do about a 12-inch pizza. And then all we're going to do is simply spread it out with a large spoon. Now we're just cutting up the mozzarella. Now it's a very common mistake to throw your fresh, beautiful basil on during the cooking process, I can tell you at 550 degrees, this stuff will burn, it turns brown, and then it loses all of its color and its flavor. Save this till the very end. You'll see how amazing it turns out. Now, Romas would be a little more classic, I know, but we used all of our Romas in our pizza sauce, so please forgive me. Now all you have to do is just put on your mozzarella, and I like to leave a little space because you have to remember this is going to melt. It's going to spread. So you don't want to add too much. I think that's actually perfectly fine. The rest we'll have for another pizza. And then we're simply going to throw on our tomatoes. We're just going to fold our crust once and give it a little bit of a pinch. And that's going to trap air under there, which is going to create a really nice, well, who doesn't love the bubble on the crust? That's going to make sure your crust is really, really nice and airy. All right, into the oven it goes, 550 degrees for about 5 minutes. I don't ever say that there is a specific time, because once you start to smell the pizza is when the pizza is usually done. All right, I'm gonna take a little peek. Oh yeah. That looks good. So all we want to do is just put it in the broiler to kind of burn the top a little bit, burn the crust, give it that brick oven feel. Slides right off because we all that cornmeal. Check that out. All right, then we're just gonna chop up our basil. You can leave your leaves whole. I prefer to chop them in just ribbons. Align all the leaves and then just move your fingers back as you go and you get a real nice texture. All right, that's now ready to go on top of the pizza, which is cooled just a little bit. If it's too hot, it'll actually cook the basil still and you get a real wet texture. So. Check that out. It's got a nice pull away. It's got a beautiful crust. It's got just enough body to hold up, but yet check out that crust. It's beautiful. That's a good proper pizza. All right, so here we're gonna do a taste test. See how the pizza came out. All right, it looks amazing. Oh my gosh, it never gets old. I could have pizza every single day. Unfortunately, there's some negative repercussions for doing so, but the crust is just because it's got the cornmeal. It's got a great texture to the bottom. It's crispy. You can hear. See, you can hear that. It's got just a great crust to it, and that fresh basil on top. It's not overcooked. It's just fresh on top. And everything else is just caramelized and browned, and the flavors are just incredible. So the next thing I'd say is it's very filling. So a small pizza, a small 12-inch pizza, it's gonna feed a lot more than a 12-inch pizza from like a pizza chain. It just seems to be a whole lot more filling. And also, eat it fresh. Do not refrigerate this stuff. When fresh pizza is around, it's only good when it's warm. Once it cools down, it loses a lot of its pizzazz. No, the pizza-azz. No pun intended. So I hope you guys make this. Let me know in the comments box below if you try it. And also, I'm going to post links to Frugal Family Food in the description box below. They've got an awesome Facebook community full of wonderful frugal ideas to save money and just to live more frugally. And so we're all about that here as well. So I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you learned something new. And we'll catch you all in the next episode. Grow big or go home, guys.